Well, good morning, my friends. Hi, Fitness Hutch. I see you messaged both of us. I will check that out in a little bit. So, big news last night. There was a post on X that Harry has filed for divorce. Now, I did a little bit of research last night. I was actually going to go live last night. I decided not to because I took a gummy and I didn't want to come on all gooned up. But the stress is real. The stress is real here in the United States. So there is an individual who claims to be an attorney who says that Harry has filed for divorce. It doesn't specify when, where, what has happened. There was a follow-up post that said it was like 9:30 in the morning. The bit of research that I have seen is that there is a protocol to that for Harry because he's a member of the royal family. So I believe that the palace has to announce that first. So if any of you in the chat know a little bit more, let me know. So hi, Samantha. Yes, I am live. Fresh face and makeup. So we're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna jump into this. I got my Ellen Cannon read at the ready. And I want to make a couple of announcements. So we are having a super fun Halloween party. And by we, I mean the Fitness Hut, Paul and Mel, Grumpy Sapper and I. We have a treat for you, tricks and treats. On Halloween, we are doing a murder mystery. A famous YouTuber that we all know and published author may be murdered. at some point. So what it's going to be, a pass the baton live. We're only going to do it for like 3 hours. We may have a little after party after if everybody's into it. But basically we're going to do murder mystery. You guys, we're going to drop clues. We're going to give you clues. There's going to be all kinds of stuff that you have to analyze. We're going to drop some clues in the week running up to Halloween, and you all get to kind of play along with us. So it should be really fun. And if it goes over great, we'll do another one. We'll maybe do another murder mystery, or we'll do like a cookies and cocktails for the holidays or something like that. But we wanted to get together. It really was me. Like, I want to have like a Christmas party and a Halloween party. So so you can go into mine and Grumpy Sapper's live feeds. You'll see that you can set up the notifications for it. We may have some other people that are like dropping in and giving hints and doing things like that. So it should be really cool. One of you may be the murderer. We never know. We don't know. So, thank you, Grumpy, for dropping that link. Thank you. And I want to remind everybody that I do have Nightbot working in the background. Grumpy is managing the management of Nightbot. So if you have any issue with Nightbot, sending you a message or anything like that, let me know. It's just an automated moderator for the channel. So let's get in. So what I want to do is we're going to look at the general disposition of these two bozos, and I'm going to pull out some Lenormand too, because I know everybody likes the Lenormand as well. Get a couple of Lenormand decks out here, but I'm going to welcome you guys to put questions in here about this alleged divorce filing. We're going to check it out. So let's bring up the card view. As always, thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And definitely like, share, and subscribe the Halloween party we're going to have. Us grown-ups, we can have fun with Halloween too. So bringing up that card view for y'all. I hope everybody is having a great start to their day so far. My day is just getting started. And I have a hard stop at like 11 o'clock my time. So you get me for like an hour and a half. So I hope everybody's having a good time. And I am going to make my face disappear and get over to this card view. Let me grab my water. And as always, guys, if you have questions, I want them in bold. Put them in all capital letters. I will not think that you're yelling at me. So let's start with the big one, okay? Did it happen? Did Harry file for divorce? One card, Ellen Cannon Reed. It's the most expensive deck in the building. One card. Ace of Swords. That's cutting off, guys. That is cutting off in the worst kind of way. But let's get some more detail about it. Humanaki, how are you, my friend? I'm sorry if I heard everybody's ears yelling that. So, Samantha, yeah, I'm sucking up to Nightbot too. All right. Ask me questions, those guys. This is all about you. When I do lives, I want questions from you. So what is the story behind this filing for divorce? The King of Cups. So the King of Cups, this is interesting. This is someone who has gained control, or has, I should say, oof, sorry guys, my back, has control over their emotions. I'm going to put my stand-up desk into the stand-up position so that I'm not leaning over anymore. Good morning, AJ from Florida. I hope you're having a beautiful sunny day down in that Sunshine State. So the King of Swords is someone who has control over their emotions. The universe in reverse, though, this is our final card of the major arcana. And this indicates that we're not quite done yet. So why are we not quite done yet? I'm just going to give these a little shuffleoni. Samantha, I was cold here this morning in good old New Jersey. It was cold. Why is it not done yet? And here we have the same thing. Princess of Cups, still trying to renew the emotion, still trying to have things freshen up. This is almost like a restart, and the Chariot's in reverse. I think this is a shot across the bow, guys. I don't know if he filed. Beautiful. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for those caps, sweetie pie. I will get to you in just a second. So, oh, Stephanie, stick with us. Well, I just got started, baby doll. Stick with us. You don't have to go back to the beginning. So here, this is very questionable because the King of Cups has control over his emotions. The Princess of Cups is trying to rebuild those emotional connections, trying to kind of carve a path that's good. The universe in reverse is not flipping over, not restarting, not creating a new life, not doing anything like that. And the Chariot in reverse is not moving forward. So this, if I'm going to say this is not a filing for divorce, like that, so far the cards are saying that this is a shot across the bow, get your act together, try and regain some equilibrium in the marriage. 4 of Pentacles, keeping things close to the chest. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Wild. So if the 4 of Pentacles tells us that we are keeping things secret and under wraps and trying to preserve the situation that's at hand. Margie, I'm just starring your comment too, because I want to go back to that. The 3 of Pentacles is splitting up all of the foundations, rebuffing the assistance that was there. Now, this morning, while I was laying in bed, I watched the Biebs Kelly series on the Oprah interview. So, there's so much discrepancy in who was helping her, how they were helping her, if help was given. There's so much discrepancy, and it's almost like that's happening again. I think we are going to see a 3-pronged attack now. I think we are going to possibly see how Stella got her groove back, but it's going to be how the Harkles got their groove back. Is this a PR recovery of the relationship to cover up all the business and nonsense that has gone on from the day they got engaged? Is this their new PR? TD, you're not kidding, TD. Truth. Wicked truth. If you ever get a private reading from me and I pull out the Ellen Cannon read, you know, like things are getting nuts. So I think that this may be a ploy. I think it may. Oh, thank you, Katie. I do have a filter on because I'm old. I do have a filter on. So I think this may be a ploy to restore some reputation. Now they're going to be survivors and recoverers, maybe. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Have they been advised to now be in recovery mode where they are survivors? They're not just thriving, they're survivors. Thrivers and survivors. Let's go. Let's go. Is this a new thing? Is this a new thing? 8 of Wands. Let's see. 6 of Wands, Queen of Wands in the bottom. That 4 of Pentacles, that 3 again in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. If this is, if this is a ploy to restore their image through their own recovery, their own emotional recovery, if this is a ploy to win people back, that they went to Portugal, they've gotten a place in Portugal, it's for a fresh new chart, a new chapter, it's a new chapter. I hated when she said that, guys. Nothing gets under my nerves more than her saying it's a new chapter in her engagement interview. I'm sorry, I try not to dislike people, but I dislike the way that she handled that. So if we're reading this, is this a new ploy? Yes, they're steaming ahead. Fiery wands. The wands are a fire element. They flare up and then they die out. Think about lighting a match. If we light a match, it flares up and then it dies out and it's burnt out and you have, like a little bit of charcoal at the end of a stick. I think that this is potentially a desperation move. If Harry is emotionally well sorted, maybe she's not. So, Margie, I just saw one of your messages was retracted. I don't know if you did that or if Nightbot did that. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Let's see. Let's see what Nightbot is doing. So this Six of Wands in reverse says we are not going to do this. Now, the nice thing about the Ellen Cannon read, it does read a little bit differently. And in one of my recent videos, I did put a link to some resources where you can get this deck if you want to spend about $100. Some of them go as high as like, I think 800, 1,000. If you have all the packaging and everything. I don't have the packaging. But this Ellen Cannon read, the wands on the ground, the Six of Wands, that's our success card. We have accomplished what we want to. With the wands on the ground, it gives it a much more grounding approach. The sixes are also very stable in terms of the progression of the numbered cards, the pips. So in this sense, the Six of Wands, we're looking for stability. We're looking for the idea and the endeavor to stick. However, it is in the reverse. So is this a failure of the idea? Are we rushing too quickly with this Eight of Wands to try and restore our reputation? Are we trying to look for a quick turnaround? Have they realized that the reputation is absolute hot garbage and now they're trying to put out the dumpster fire, get back in the good graces of anyone? Hang on, Stephanie, I see your question. Oh, and Samantha, thank you. Thank you. Prima, I don't believe anything that they do either. I really don't. I really don't. So we have their past is too easy to uncover. The lies, the stuff that they've done is too easy to uncover. So we are going to find out what's going on. Revelation. This is that suitcase position for me when I read this little mini Celtic cross. This is going back in the past and either packing or unpacking the suitcase with the element of this card. So this is revelation. They need to either reveal or conceal. It is in their best interest to fall on the sword, even though we don't have any swords. It is in their best interest to fall on the sword and say, we messed up. We messed up really bad. Does that restore the reputation? Not necessarily. It is not going to do that. But at least they can look themselves in the mirror. At least they can move forward. At least they can face their God at in the fullness of time and say, I did what I needed to do. So just 1 second. I just want to focus. So Queen of Wands down here, she is all out of ideas. This Queen of Wands wants to get behind, and the Queen of Wands in this case is the element of their couple. They want to get behind those castle walls. They want to get that protection. They want to live the good life quietly, well taken care of, having delicious meals made for them with lovely garnish. They want to get back in there. They need to. They're all out of ideas at this point. They really, I think the Polo series, Harry really thought that was going to be a hit because he just has no idea what it's like to be a normal person. He's been cosplaying as a normal person. The whole surfing thing, surfing camp, like, I don't even get me started. But this doesn't establish new foundations. This Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. It does not do it for them. So before we pull those up, Queen of Swords, the horned one, they need to separate. They absolutely need to separate. This Ace of Pentacles, even if they go into this recovery mode, yeah, Stephanie, that's what I think. This is another relaunch. I think this is a Hail Mary. I think they're trying to do it. Carolina, good morning, my dear. I think they're trying to rebrand as survivors now. That is my opinion. Let me know in the comments right now, guys. Do you think they're going into we're survivors? We're restoring our reputation. We're going to go to Portugal and rest and recover. Who said that? Karen. Yes, I think they're going to stay together but live separate lives. I think separate bedrooms. I don't even think they like staying in the same house. I think it's too complicated. So how we see them, just the nonsense of them. Humanaki, hang on. I'm going to star that comment. So the nonsense and the negativity that has come out of them, even this, if they're trying to do like a recovery, like we worked on our marriage and we're doing great now. We worked on our marriage and like, we're just like you. We're so relatable. Like everyone's having like marital problems and it's because of family and all this stuff. I think, Karen, I think both of them have a hard time admitting failure, quite frankly. I don't think either of them want to give it up. So Meghan Markle has something very much in common with Donald Trump. She should acknowledge that. He doesn't like to lose either. So I think the negativity is really what they're about. So if this doesn't work, it's going to be the media continued to be against them and now is interfering with their mental health because they're not allowing them to thrive or survive. They're not allowed to survive. So, I think the theme is going to be, we are survivors. We are survivors now. We've come through the gauntlet. We've done so well. But how other people see them is this horned one in reverse. Pardon the little cheekiness on this card. Ellen Cannon Reed deck has a lot of nakedy people. My good friend Penny D, who sometimes is in the comments, goes, ooh, the nakedy deck. So they do need to separate. That is really what they need to do. The fear is that it has all become too much. I did, Samantha. Well, she hates him. And I do think this whole Portugal thing is running from the election, running from the outcome of the election. I think they have concerns and they want to have some options open. Worst case scenario, if their candidate wins, they have a place in Portugal. Best case scenario, if the other candidate that they're not supporting wins, Donald J. Trump, they can run to Portugal and be like, we had to leave America. Once again, we're victims. 80 people in the watch. Hey, welcome, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget, everybody that's jumped in, Grumpy Sapper, the Fitness Hutch, and I are going to be doing a live murder mystery on Halloween. It's going to be fun. We're going to have clues for you guys. We're going to have you guessing in the comments. It's going to be a rip-roaring good time. So make sure that you join up. You can go over there and hit the notifications for yourself today. So again, it's all too much. They need to streamline their life. Don't add another house. Streamline. What is our ultimate outcome? They do not get this solid restart that they want. Thank you so much, Grumpy Sapper, for throwing that up there. They don't get the restart that they want. There's no firm footing here. Hi, mortgage advisor. How are you, my friend? They don't get that. What they do is they go back to the old standard. We're going to throw as many things at the wall as possible. I'm going to start what was it? Montecito Arrow. What was it? American Riviera Orchard. I couldn't remember the name of it, but we're going to have dog bowls, dog biscuits. We're going to have wheat. We're going to have flowers. We're going to have mixing bowls and keychains. We're going to have hair pieces and eyeliner. We're going to have glitter for body glitter. If you want to go to Burning Man or something like that, it's just too much. It's too many things. We're going to throw as many things as we can at the wall and see what people will pick up and play with. So I think they're going to go back to that. So recap for what I said so far for everybody that's just jumping in the chat now. I do believe that this is a ruse, that they are trying to create a pathway and a storyline of we are survivors. Our marriage went in a really bad way. Our mental health went in a really bad way, and we're survivors. We almost didn't make it, but now we're going to be survivors. It's an attempt to turn around that blah, 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 perception of them. So Karen, I'm going to pull up your question again. If everybody who's here, if you want to ask questions about the DIVORCE, I can spell that so well. If you want to ask questions, all caps, put it in all caps. I will answer it. I will answer it. You got me until, what did I say? 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock my time. So like an hour and 15 minutes unless my brain caves in. So Karen, was his timing intentionally done to take attention during his father's royal tour? We're focusing. You know what? We're going to switch it up. We're going to go to the Pulp Tarot. Stephanie Fox, I'm glad you caught alive. You're like my number one commenter. I love it. You have great questions. Hey Talks, I do live personal readings. Not today though. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'm free tomorrow night. So tomorrow I may be able to pull that off. Saturday I've got end-to-end craziness. So Sunday, I think I might be open on Sunday too. We'll see. We will see. We will see. So was his timing intentionally done? Got your question, Karen? Just sit tight. Was his timing of dropping this information? Well, let's ask first if Harry dropped this information. We'll do one card. Did Harry drop it? Queen of Swords. Huh. How about that? Queen of Swords. That's an announcement. That's an announcement. I'm asking if Harry did it. Then the queen doesn't have to be him or her. It can be him. It can be. This is manipulative, useful information. Lady of the Lake, how do you do, my love? Welcome to the chat, sweetie pie. All right. So was it intentionally done to disrupt his father's tour? Six of Wands, Eight of Cups, Page of Cups. So was it intentionally done? I'm not seeing that this was, maybe a little bit. I think it was engineered to get them to recover before Christmas. Hang on. Just marking all these questions in bold. Thank you for putting them in bold, everybody. Margie, I got yours. So it was done to set the pace before the holidays. He really wants the trajectory of recovery, I think, before everyone goes up to Sandringham. Hi, Aries Rainbow Child. Yes, we're talking about the Harkles. We are talking about the Harkles and the possible divorce filing that was, leaked on X last night. Everybody's talking about. Duchess of North Sussex had it in her feed. Royal Grift had it in her feed. Hang on, K Talks. I see your comment. Thank you for doing all bold letters. How's the card view? Everybody like the card view? Thumbs up if you like the card view. So he's illustrating that they're not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. That whole Meghan line. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. But we're going to fight. We're going to fight for it. This is going to be the pathway that he has. I'm not okay. We're going to fight. We're going to fight for the marriage. We're going to try and say it's definitely still playing victim. But here I am with the new chapter. Oh, it's the Page of Cups with the new chapter. This is us recovering from our marriage. Now, Meghan Markle is not the kind of person who is going to have this kind of hiccup in her marriage and not keep score on it. So even if this was like completely legit, like they're really trying to correct the marriage, they're really trying to move forward, we still get this Two of Wands. We still get this. And then the Justice card does indicate that we are looking at a split. So are we going to see them trying to correct the marriage and then splitting anyway? Let's pull a card. Five of Swords. We're going to see a lot of contention going on there. Are we going to see contention from the royal family? Nine of Cups. They all are kind of happy about this happening. So let's look at what the King and Queen are saying right now behind closed doors. Four of Swords. They're not going to say a word. They're disappointed at how they're handling this, and they're just going to keep on keeping on and not deal with any of the information that comes their ways. So they're just not going to have any comment for the time being. But this says definitely the royal family is pretty stoked about what happened. This is an outcome that they're interested in. So let me thank you so much, Karen, for that question. And Margie has an interesting observation. An interesting observation. If this is true, score for one of her guides. Margie also is one of us, meaning one of the empathic seers of the future who told me the day of their engagement that they'd be getting divorced. And it's cold in Pennsylvania. So Margie, I just want to give you a highlight there. So does Harry have a new love interest? This is an interesting comment because I actually asked it the other day about the blonde that has been seen out and about with him. And I got that she's someone who's managing the reputation of the two of them right now. So, that's managing, I'm sorry, correction. That's managing Harry's reputation. I'm trying to keep up with two chats. I got the one in StreamYard and I got the other one on, in the YouTube studio. I'm watching both. So, is he interested in someone else? The moon will be revealed. It is revealed. The Chariot, we're going to see him moving on under the surface. King of Pentacles, he doesn't have a whole lot to offer. Just so you guys can see that, King of Pentacles. He doesn't have a whole lot to offer. And he's a bit damaged right now. Needing time to really recover from this folly, this situation that he got himself, this pickle that he got himself into. Hands up if you like pickles. I love pickles. I'm a big fan of pickles. I put it in my tuna salad. So, but here, the King of Pentacles, he's not sorted. We don't know where he's going to land. I know he said in one of the interviews that America is his home now. I don't think that was I'm sorry, I'm just starring comments. Yes, damage. I'm being nice, Humanaki. So I think that he really needs to, he doesn't have a lot to offer someone in terms. So it's like that guy that or gal, that just came off like a wild breakup. And you're trying to have a relationship with them. You're trying to go out to dinner. And what happens is every time you go out to dinner, they say, "Oh, that totally reminds me of my ex. I can't believe it. It's about that's just like my ex." It's really, really terrible. Oh, we're at 99 viewers. We need one more to get to 100. I would love to see 100 viewers in here. So, yes, hit the like button as much as you can. Smash it a million times and keep chatting in here, guys. So he is in that phase where he is just going to talk about how this relationship stunk. 102. Woo! Thanks, Grump. So up here, he is disappointed with the outcome. Unfortunately, I think he is absorbing some of the responsibility. I think he is picking up that, you know, he was in a weird place and he should have listened to the people in charge, the men in gray suits, also the emperor, his king. He should have listened. They all said that this was going to end poorly. And sure enough, here it did. So he's banged up by his own folly, by not listening to the advice of others, by not seeing those red flags. And he's in this period where he needs to consider that. So is he kind of breaking free? I don't even think he has the capacity right now to be turned on by anybody. I hate to be so crass about it, but I don't think he has the capacity to be turned on. I think part of it is this failure to become a big splashy success. The you know, inability to see the red flags, listen to good counsel, you know, the arrogance, you know, the sheer arrogance of saying, I know best, this is the right person for me, and to steamroll right ahead. Now, mind you, this is somebody who I got married the first time after I got engaged 3 days after I met my first husband, and I got married 3 months later, and we agreed like this could be like a really fun thing and something, you know, we tell our grandkids, or if we split, we'll part as friends. And you know, we treated it as such. So I am going to say, you know, that he does not have the capacity for a romantic love interest right now. I think this really did take a chunk out of him. And I think he is really, you know, struggling with the reality that, you know, he made a huge mistake. He made a huge mistake. So Humanaki, do the kids look more like Megan's side of the family? Is that why? Is that why? Oh, Margie, good question. I see that. I see that. Hang on. We'll get there because I have a theory about that too. I have a theory about that. Hi, Jake's mom? Jake's mom is new? Hi, Jake's mom. Jake's mom, I think your message got retracted by Nightbot, so don't take that personally. I've got a an automated mod in here that we're testing out. So just put another comment in there. So, all right. Missy, potential love, know too much about him, from soup to nuts to Todger, frozen Todger. So, all right, do the kids look more like Megan's side of the family? Let's see. Does Ooh, Debbie, that patriot. You didn't miss anything. We're just spitting here. So, do the kids look more like, does Archie look more like mom here? So, yes. Does Lilibet? Yes, I think they both look more like her side of the family. Queen of Wands is redhead. So this is going to be Archie. This is going to be Lilibet. Lilibet would, according to the canon definitions of the looks of these sorts of people, the pentacles are more swarthy, you know, olive skinned, dark hair. You know, I know she says blue eyes, but yeah, you know, who knows? It's a recessive gene. It could show up. But this says that Archie is probably redheaded. Is that why she's keeping? Is she keeping them hidden because she is not? Because she's ashamed of how they look. And it's really terrible. Like, I would never be ashamed of how my kids look. I mean, sometimes they dress poorly, but Four of Cups, that's disappointment. There's a level of disappointment, waiting patiently for them to grow into what she wants them to be. I really hope that doesn't mean plastic surgery at some point, and hair dyeing and all of that nonsense. You know, I'm going to do a video actually I may do it privately. I may do a like private event about the children that we've seen. I think a lot of the children that we've seen are paid actors. I just do. I just do. So everybody that's jumping into the chat, we got 110 hanging out for this morning. You have questions about the DIVORCE coming from the Harkles, put it in bold. I will do my best to answer it with the mysterious tarot. So yeah, I don't think these kids are ever going to look the way she wants them to. Let's face it, Harry's not a great looking guy. Like, I never thought that he was a great looking guy. I'm opposed to beards. I don't like beards. I don't think that they look too ethnic. I just don't think that they look like what she wants them to look like. I think she wants little carbon copies of Princess Diana. Diana, Princess of Wales. I think that's what she wants. She wants carbon copies of them. And we're never going to get that. We're not going to get that because Harry really doesn't look like it. Charlotte makes her angry all day long. Princess Charlotte makes her mad because Princess Charlotte does look like the queen or the late queen. So I think that makes her very angry all day long. The look would be the connection for her, not in substance or conduct, but in the way that the kids look. She would absolutely manufacture their look to fit the bill. She's waiting. So this is the delay that we had. Debbie, I see your question. Boom. Margie, I see your question that's not in bold, but I'm gonna take a look at it. So this is outrage. The Knight of Swords. Well, we can fix that later. Patience. Maybe it'll change. I'm disappointed. Over here, the King of Cups. Now I'm really disappointed in how they look. We're never going to get there. So what do we do? 10 of Pentacles. That is changing the look. That is plastic surgery. We're tinkering with the image. We're dyeing hair. We're doing those things. Yes, Margie, Charlotte is the spitting image of her hot father. Let me get back over here. I had a lot of questions here. Will Meghan get more press of people telling tales about her horribleness? Hi, Ivo. Welcome to the chat. You are welcome, Stephanie. Anytime. D, I just got started just a few minutes ago. Stick with us. Ask questions. Bold letters. So will Meghan get more press? Will she get more bad press? Let's start there. I think that's an easy one. We'll do a past, present, future on there. So bad press. Yes. Hot and furious. Bad press. 111 people. Lucky number there. The Four of Pentacles. The bad press actually was at a kind of a lull for a little while. Ace of Pentacles. Renewed bad press. Or I should say renewed bad press. Renewed press. Renewed information that's going to come out about her. Two of Wands. 10 of Pentacles, reestablishing it. They're going to try and divert the course. The press that's going to come out, the press that we will see is going to be engineered to try and recover her and try and reestablish her and the relationship. All right. So are more people going to come out and tell tales about her horribleness? Yikes. Well, she's got those 5 friends who have a lot to talk about. So there's going to be a press for press. Humanaki, I see your question. Hello, Nana Julian. Haven't seen you in a while. Trish, for baby mama, why did the firm allow this wedding? We'll get there. Stick with me, guys. Hilarious. Haven't seen you in a while either. So we're going to see a press of good press coming out. But it's all going to be, well, when I worked with Megan way back when. Hey, I was just talking about you. I just said I had the Nakedy deck out. So don't worry, I just got started. This was a spontaneous live. I just jumped in. So we're going to hear more and more people talking about how wonderful she is and how generous she was. And she made me a lemon cake and it was wonderful. And then we had a quiche that she bought from down the street. Like, we're going to hear all of that. You know, the ice cream socials that she put together. What are we, friggin' 5? This is live. I should curse. The star. There are going to be counter claims of how those bits of information are not necessarily valid or genuine. What we'll find out are that the people that are going to be, so we have 2 sets of press here. We've got press of, oh, she's so wonderful. She's so giving and great. She's like a radiant heat floor that you're laying on while you're weeping, falling to the floor and weeping. So I'm sorry. I've been thinking about radiant heat floors for a while. So, the 6 of Cups, we're going to have people that are talking about the past and how wonderful she was in the past. But we're going to have people that are going to refute the legitimacy of these individuals because they had limited exposure and it's old stories. Why are you bringing up old shit? We don't want to talk about stuff that happened in 2002, 2005, 2008. We want to talk about stuff that happened in 2023, in 2022, in 2021. We want to talk about the monster within. That's what we want to hear. So, is there going to be bad press? No, I think we're going to be getting good press about what a terrific person she is. But I do think that we get people like our Kinsey Schofield and our Dan Wootons and the Royal Grift that are going to blow that up and say, these are people, you know, tell me something new. Give me something new. So that's what I think about that. Let's go, Tarot fam. And if you haven't hit that like button, go hit it right now. How many likes do I have? I can't tell. Everything's blocked. So, oh, wait, I can tell. I see. Only 57 likes. Get in there, guys. Get in there. So, were they legally married at the beginning? The crowd seemed to think the whole ceremony was a skit. Oh, Karen Coltis, you are not wrong. You are 100% not wrong. Look at all these members of my channel with your little star badges. I love it. There. If you guys become a member of the channel, you get these fun little emojis. Woohoo! Fun little emojis. And I also am giving away a free reading to one member a month now. That is one of my super cool things. I got to do more member only chats for you guys, but I will be giving away a reading. You get access to my videos early. It's a fun group. I'm building up my memberships with you guys. So I'm taking the lead from you. I'm taking advice on how to make my memberships more fun. So were they legally married at the beginning? Humanaki with the crazy, deep, dark, mysterious questions. 9 of Cups. Yeah, I think they were. I think they were married. 2 of Cups. This is more of a question of should they have been married? You know, and my first husband was a wonderful person. You know, a very nice guy. And my husband now, Gregopedia, he always says, you always talk really well about him. You don't say bad things about him at all. Like, you know, he must have been a great guy. He is a great guy. He's still alive. Like, you know, we don't have contact, but you know, he is a great guy. We just got married very quickly and I had some health issues and, you know, it just didn't work out. So, you know, could have been neat, but Gregopedia is the love of my life. So we're running with that one. So these 2 should not have been married the way that I shouldn't have been married to my first husband. as wonderful as he was, and he was very generous with me. But you know, we got married too quickly. We married the characters of each other. They married the characters of each other. They married the prince and the actress. They did not really know each other, and that was the crux that that was the crux and the problem of the marriage, is that they really married the I hate to say the title of what they were versus, you know, what substance they actually had. Now we all know that Meghan, you know, lied like a rug, and we know that the palace PR covered up a lot of Harry's shortcomings. Let's put it that way, shortcomings. You know, the Seven of Cups, all of that gaslighting, all of that stuff is leaking out now. I hate to say leaking and planting, but it's leaking out like a sieve. Like, you know, there's a hole in the hull of the boat and it's sinking to the bottom. Like, guys, it's just all coming out. So, you know, whereas Meghan presents herself as insanely smart, that is a quote from her. She called herself insanely smart. Part of it is right. She got the first part right. You know, she thought that she could really manage and manipulate this whole storyline. She really thought she could do that. And she thought she could manage and manipulate a marriage the way that she could in Hollywood when she was married to the likes of Trevor Engelson, or when she was in the, you know, I don't know if it was a live-in relationship with Corey Vitigello, but she thought that she could manage and manipulate the relationship and the storyline to make it kind of fit her needs. So the Seven of Cups, we're getting a lot of stuff thrown at, a lot of stuff is coming out that we're going to see. So Karen, I think he rushed to Karen Houskett. I think he rushed to marry her because he was the Bachelor. I think he wanted, you know, he was sick of playing video games and watching a movie by himself. I think he really wanted that family life, but I don't think he understood the reality of the responsibility of a family, the responsibility of having a wife, and the responsibility of being with someone who has a very different culture. And those of you that are new, my son's father, I was not married to him, is from Scotland, and the cultures are very different. You know, he always was like, oh, Americans, you know, even though he's lived here since he was 21, but he always has something to say about Americans. So all right, let's pull that. So, oh boy, this is a tough question, Margie. So let's just ask. I know, Penny, I've been thinking about Chelsea. You know, Chelsea, I think, made the right choice for her. I don't think it was the exposure so much as I think it was Harry. I think she knew that Harry was a problem, and I think that was an excuse. You know, I think she was just like, yeah, this isn't the life that I want. But I think it was not Harry that she didn't want. So, all right, let's just see what happens with custody. We're going to use some Lenormand here, guys. Are you ready? So those of you that know Lenormand, and those of you who don't, you can take my course on my digital academy. It is linked in the description of this video. The rider, the messaging. So what is our message that we get here? Clouds. Clouds and Lenormand are coming out of bad things or disillusion. We're getting disillusion. So the message is being convoluted, okay, about the kids. Very obvious. We've seen that. The lady is right there. Fidelity with the dog. And the snake. This is kind of a wild course. Oh yeah, Debbie took my course. Debbie took my Lenormand course. Debbie took my tarot course too, and now she is a YouTuber out there. So, wow, this is kind of neat. So the message clears the clouds about the lady, the fidelity, and reveals the snake, which is the bad behavior, the bad things. We're going to pull some more cards on this. What was the bad behavior about the family tree? This information is going to be preserved. Oh, no, taking it back. Taking it back. Hang on. Oh, I'm getting so many questions. So many questions. Hang on, guys. Hang on. So, the snakiness was about the family tree. That information, the tower is different in Lenormand. The tower is isolation, rising above things, protection. But the scythe creates a very interesting dynamic because that protection is going to be cut off. The stories, oh, Stephanie, don't worry about it. You don't have to join. Like, that's okay. I see you in there. Listen, times are tough for everybody. This is my business. So, but those of you that can support my business, it's fantastic. But I do understand, like, times are tough. I can't subscribe to everybody that I want to. I'm only subscribed to one YouTuber at the moment. I'm subscribed to Alicia Wicker's Moonwalk Manor, which is through her website. And I'm subscribed to Trevor Cole because he has been uber supportive of my channel since I started it. Both of them are big influences on my channel and the success that I do see here. So I do think that, this is absolutely a feminine energy here in tarot, in Lenormand. The snake is very feminine. We have the lady here, definitely focused on her. But I think that we're going to see the protection of that cut off. So what is the story that we get? What is the story we get? Holy moly, this is wild. What is the story that we get? What is the story that we get? The cross. Oof. Bear? Cross the bear? Ha 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 ha. And the man, there we go. There's our snake. Oh, she's the gift that keeps on giving. There's a child right at the bottom, guys. We're getting to the crux of it. Will be revealed. Oh my goodness. All right. Margie, I'm going to take your question down just because it'll be easier to see this. So we're talking custody of these kids, right? Who's going to get custody? The cross in the middle is the crux of this story. So what we're getting is the cross to bear. This is a situation that is troubling and something that's going away, not go away. So, you have to think about the cross in terms of Christ taking the cross to cavalry. This is something that they have to deal with. What is directly adjacent to this? It's the snake. We just saw her in the last reading. The snake is feminine. It's the queen of spades. It is a difficult person, someone who is calculating, manipulative, and tries to do things under, around corners, under the surface. This is somebody who has been using the press to manipulate the opinion of the family and family members individually. So we've got that there. In the past, though, we had the enrichment of a family, the success. They were bringing her in, welcoming her. She was a gift that would help decorate Harry. Past to the future here. So she was really seen as an asset or I shouldn't say she was always seen as that. The idea, they said, well, we'll use her as an asset to kind of give Harry some dimension, give him make some curiosity about him. He's fairly accessible and comprehensive to the regular people. She will only make him more so. They didn't see that, the curveball that she was going to throw, where she was going to be like a movie star elitist. Like, they didn't expect that to happen. So that is what happened. That's what the cross to bear is. However, everybody get excited about this. I know somebody said they were giddy about this. She is the gift that keeps on giving. Why is she the gift that keeps on giving? Because of her negativity and because of this snakiness. They're just going to let her do what she does. You're going to let the snake slither on the ground, and we're going to see what turns out. She is going to be her own undoing. Okay. So, I'm sorry. It's Queen of Clubs, not Queen of Spades. The bouquet is the Queen of Spades. So they're just going to let her do what she does, and she's going to be her own undoing. Now, let's talk about the child. And we're talking about, whether these kids are going to be in the succession, whether they're going to be in the family. Child comes to revelation, and then we have the side. I don't think these kids are going to be part of the royal family. I'm just saying it now. I don't think that they're going to be. For whatever reason, I think that the kids are going, whips, anchor, fox. They're going to figure out something to do so that they don't look poorly, the royal family, that is. They're going to figure something out. But this is very, very crafty. I don't think they're going to be in the line of succession. I don't think that they're going to be titled. Even though it's Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, I don't think they're going to be there, guys. I think this is going to get pulled. I don't, and I'm seeing your question here, Stephanie, whether these kids are going to be in the line of succession. I don't think that they will be. Let's see. And I just, skipped to Stephanie's question just so we could, because it was relevant. Is the king going to take legal guardianship? We'll do Archie first and Lilibet second. Okay. So we'll do 2 rows. Whoop. 2 rows. Building some suspense. I love this deck. I don't like the back. I wish the back was different. Archie, cross to bear, scythe, bear, lilies, man. There is going to be some association for his life with the royal family because of the way he was born. But is he going to be part of the succession? No. He'll be cut off from the bear, which is the firm. That is the the operation of being royaled. I think we will get some interesting information out of him when he is older. I think he will have some things to say. I don't think it's going to be like a Mommy Dearest book or anything like that, but I do think later on in life, he's going to say, I wish that my life had been different. I wish that I had been given different opportunities. Now, I will disclaimer before I flip the Lilibet cards that I never really get a clear reading on her. I did do a remote view, and I got a very interesting remote view. You can see that it is in my videos. If you just Google remote view. I'm very nervous about having it out there because I don't want anybody yelling at me. But so Lily is a gift of luck, fidelity, messaging, clouds. So the bouquet and the clover, that, we've got this Queen of Spades here. This is our Queen of Swords, who is lucky and crafted a relationship with someone who was willing to be the carrier of that message, be the carrier. Was there a surrogate? Probably. I can't say for sure. And that kind of muddies the water here. That makes things a little bit difficult for the line of succession where Lilibet belongs at the end of all this. Lilibet has a very strange future to me because it's very uncharted when I read for her. It's like we do. Oh, what did I do? Look at that. That's crazy. I'm going in two different directions here. I just can't really get a beat on her. It's really very frustrating as a reader. Hot question. Keep hitting that like button, people. Keep hitting the likes. 71 likes, but I got 137 of you. Only 50% have hit that like button. So, is Harry worried about involvement in the Diddy scandal? Wait, Grumpy, what do you mean? What deception that they made money from this? Help me out. Hi, Moogle. Is Harry worried about the Diddy scandal? This is just Harry, not Meghan, just Harry. The world in reverse. King of Cups. He's got some emotions about it. 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 4 of Wands. Oh boy, yeah. Huh. So, which suit is the most potent of the tarot? It is the Wands. The Wands have a very exual energy about them. They are, when we have a wand here, like just look at that picture, guys. Just look at it. You get what I'm saying? So when we have so many wands and we have 10 of Wands, 4 of Wands, that 4 of Wands in reverse is exposure. The King of Cups is in reverse. The world is in reverse. That means that, the world in reverse, we can't get away from our past. We can't transition. We can't renew. We can't go into the next phase because our past is chasing us. What is the past that's chasing him? It's this lovely wand. It's a little thin in his hand, but coming out of the fog, coming out of the clouds here. So, oh, Moogle, this is your first live? Oh, yippee. Ask me a question about the Harkle divorce. Ask me a question. Just do it in all bold, baby. So I'm glad to have you here. So this tells me that we are going to see him in some sort of disarray. He did have Karen, it's your first live too. Oh my god, all these newbies here. Welcome, newbies. Love new people in the chat. Love it. So I got to get back on the reg of doing lives. Like Thursday morning might be a good live time. I try not to step on my other YouTube friends live, so maybe Thursday morning is a good time. Oh, Sally, loaded question. I'm starring that. Hang on, baby doll. So, hello, Misty Moo from Sweden. How do you do? I've been craving Swedish meatballs. I know they're not really Swedish. They're an American thing, but I've been craving them. We were talking about IKEA the other day. So, so TD, Tarot Destiny, I see your comment there. Is he sorry the parties are over? I don't think so. And I don't think that he was caught in the most compromising position. I think he was more partying his butt off when he was there. Are you really eating Swedish meatballs? So we don't get the lingonberry sauce when we make our Swedish meatballs. I do make Swedish meatballs myself. We get a sour cherry jam, and it's so good because my husband loves cherries. But the sour cherry jam is amazing. Maybe I'll make those tonight. Maybe I want to make Swedish meatballs tonight. So I do think that he is probably acting inappropriately. I don't think that we're going to see him in Congress with anyone. I think the inappropriateness is more so from the substances that he's obviously using in any of the footage from the Diddy parties. I don't think Harry would make it to the VIP party. So I have a theory. I think that the freak offs were challenges to see originally. I think they were born out of challenges to see what, you know, how far they could make, you know, a couple of girls go. Like, you're sitting around drinking a bunch of beers and, oh, why don't you guys make out? You know, like, I think it was really stupid like that. You know, college kind of stuff. And I think they turned into something really, really despicable. I think that was where they kind of started out. And I think it was a secret that was kept in the Diddy universe. I don't think that this was, hey, George Clooney, why don't you come in? Hey, Cameron Diaz, why don't you come in? I don't think it was like that. So, you know, there is a lot of, you know, Vodioto in Hollywood. There's a lot of, you know, running around with everybody. Oh, Aries Rainbow Child. I will talk about the election all this week. Don't you worry. I am zeroed in on the election. So, but not in this one. So just stick with me. I'll do some production videos later today about the election. So I think that he is really going to start to criticize, and I think that this is a miscalculation. I think Harry's going to start to criticize the parties that happened in an attempt to distance himself from the events that have gone on there. How does he see himself? He sees himself as exposed, not using good information. How do others see him? They see him as, oh, yeah, really a lot of anxiety here. And out of that anxiety, he is going to be throwing knives. Let's put it that way. So others see him as fairly preserved. So if this is coming from inside the Diddy universe, I think that they're like, well, you know, he wasn't caught doing the worst of the worst, you know. But you know, I think for a member of the royal family, or a former member of the royal family, I think the worst of the worst, the baseline is a little bit different. I think the expectation is that he would behave more appropriately and not even attend said parties. You know, I mean, Harry's just a little dork. He just, you know, from my years, you know, with my ex-husband being in the celebrity sphere in LA in the music industry, there's so many people that just want to be a VIP and want to sit on, you know, the cases on the side of the stage, or, you know, get into, you know, the back lounge where they can, you know, smoke a joint with, you know, celebrity whomever. You know, there's just so many people that want to do that, you know, Harry failed to realize that, like, he was above and beyond that. He, again, I always say he's cosplaying as a regular person. He's just trying to cosplay. So, is he worried? Yeah, this definitely says he's worried about that. Psychically, I think that the worry is more of the substance taking and not necessarily the Vodioto that was going on. So, oh, the world's loudest librarian is calling me. Hang on. Kath, I'm in the middle of a live. Say hi to everybody. Can I call you back when I'm done?
Sure can.
All right. Love you, hon. That is one of my oldest and dearest friends, one of my besties, my ride or die. Her name is Kathy. She is a librarian. She is super loud like me. And she's one of my favorite people in the whole world. She doesn't care about Prince Harry, but she's mad because he's a ginger like her. So, whoop, not that one. Not that one. There we go. I got it. So, if you want, Kathy did a mixtape Monday with me. Her take on things. She's not a psychic. Her take on things is Very, very funny. So let's see. Do you think Harry will be invited to Sandringham? And we're going to switch it up. We're going to switch it up to another deck. Ah. Oh. Hang on. Trying to get to all these questions, guys. All right. So do I think Harry will actually be invited? I only have 20 minutes left, guys. So if I don't get to all the questions, I will answer them in a production video. I will do my best. So will they be invited to Sandringham? I need a Christmas deck. I need a Christmas holiday tarot deck. I say that every year. This is Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen. Not necessarily in that order. So are they going to be invited to Christmas? Oh, Two of Cups. I think it's best if you stay where you are. No. They will not be going to Sandringham. I know Meghan has vowed never to set foot on British soil again, but no, they're not going to. They're going to say it's best that you stay where you are. Eights, we have 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Both of those say, stability, just stay put where you are and make sure that you do the work that you need to do to reestablish yourself. 2 of Cups, separate from her, separate from us. We don't want you there. Once we get through all this, the moon, once we get through all, hi Drusilla, once we get through all of the stuff, then we can just kind of gloss it over. I do think that they'll talk to him. I think maybe they'll send him, a hamper from Harrods or something, so that he's not having a crappy Christmas alone. I think the quality and the they weren't invited. Well, Kim, they can always change that. There's always a oh, Margie, send that over to me by email if you can. Missy, send him jam. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, I think the gist of it. So Kim, even if the invites went out, they wouldn't invite him and Meghan, but if they announced that they were splitting or that there were some rifts, I think they would say, Harry, if you're going to spend Christmas alone, come and spend it with us. Families could do that. This particular family cannot. This family is unable to do that. They will reestablish those connections later, perhaps Easter. Perhaps we'll see him at Easter. So, yes, Knight of Swords, we don't want you there. But, someone asked, are they helping him behind the scenes? That Ace of Wands that I just pulled. Oh, Humanaki, you have twins? How lucky. Love twins. Twins run in my family. So, and Stephanie, thank you so much. That is so nice. Will Harry do a tell-all about Meghan to keep his reputation? Grumpy, I have been saying this for years, that he needs to do How I Survived. I can't even talk. How I Survived a Narcissist. How I Survived a Narcissist. Is he considering doing a tell-all? She's shelving her tell-all for now, but is he considering Temperance? No, he's a talker, not a writer. And I think he's going to have the misconception that he can keep her sweet. I think he is going to try and rise to the occasion and say, I did the best I could, circumstances just made our marriage terrible. I think he is going to be like, I don't wish her poorly. I just, we had some mistakes. We had some excess of ego. I don't know if he'll actually say ego, but there were things that were not in line for us. And looking back, I would have done things differently. I think he will say that, but that the marriage is irretrievably broken. It's irretrievably broken. Under the surface, she will always be the mother of my children. She will always be my first wife. I'll never get married again. Oh. So, so will he do a book about that? No, I think he is going to be much more generous than any of us would like in his review of his experience with Megan. I think that is a survival technique that is suggested but not necessarily endorsed by the powers that be. So I do think that we have a little bit of conflict in him. This could change depending on how she files. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Jersey accent just came out. Debbie, that was for you. My Jersey accent. I really don't talk like that, but sometimes like the accent does come out a little bit. You know, it's grating and annoying. Yeah, and the thing is, I do try and control my voice as a professionally trained singer. I do try and control my voice on my shows, but when I'm doing psychic readings, I just lose it, and I lose the concentration on my voice, and I'm more concentrating on the messages that are coming through. So I apologize to all of you who cannot stand the East Coast accent that pops out of my face every now and then. Super annoying. Anna Miller just showed up. You're goddamn right. TD. So yeah, I have two characters, Anna Miller and Anna Miller. They're both very different people. So I think this generosity here, I think he is trying to a misty move, broad Australian accent in Sweden, for Pete's sake. So and Sprout has a reading with me tomorrow, private reading. Hopefully the Anna Miller will show up for that. So I do think he's going to try and be very, very generous to her, in the hopes that that is going to soften the impact of her rage. It's not. He's giving up more control. So should he, or will he write a tell-all? Probably not. I think he's going to have a lot of nice things to say about her, but I want to reserve my judgment for that. Depends on what she does. If she comes out and blasts him with both barrels and says, well, he did this and he was a liar and he set me up for this, and I thought I was marrying a millionaire and I thought everything was going to be great. I do think that that he may respond differently, but he will be under the tutelage and advisement of the powers that be in the palace. So Margie, you were just told by your guide that the family's been involved with this for some time, with this split, but needed to act like they were still ignoring him so as not to show his hand and tip her off. Agreed? ? So I have said since the beginning that when Harry got married, that Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip had a plan B. Their plan B was to let Harry bankrupt himself. I think they recognized her as gold digger. To be sure, she's like more a gold miner. I do think that they were prepared. And the further the debacle of this marriage went, the more prepared they were for it. And I think the goal was to bankrupt him. And I think that's why his funding was pulled. That he declared that on Oprah. He said that his financial support was taken away abruptly. Let's see if the family is still adhering to that plan B. I got 15 minutes, guys. Temperance. They're letting him fall on the sword a little bit. Are they involved? They're letting it play out for now. Are they letting him go bankrupt? I think they are. I think they're letting him sit in it. I think it really is his penance right now. The Emperor, they're not managing this at all. They're not managing it right now. They are going to, so is the family involved? I think the family has a plan that is that was crafted by Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. I think there was an exit strategy that was in place for him. I think the exit strategy has been modified behind the scenes, but that Harry is not aware of this. I think, when he files for divorce, has to declare bankruptcy, has to, reveal that there are all these other issues that are going on. I think they will extend some support at that point. But I think the purpose of this really is to bankrupt him so that there's nothing to split up, so that he can just come back, be tucked away into a castle, into some nice apartments, and just left there to be quiet. So are they directing this behind the scenes? I don't think so. I don't think so at this point. So I'm going to disagree, but I still love you. Will Harry get custody of the alleged children? We're going to do one card on this. I got 10 minutes, guys. I got to go in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with me. We had great viewership on this. Make sure that you set a reminder for the Halloween extravaganza I'm doing with the Fitness Hutch, Mel and Paul, and our own Grumpy Sapper. The Fool. This indicates that he is reckless and unable to control himself and craft a strategy plan for parenting. So does he lose custody? Does he lose custody? He's like a big kid himself. 6 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands. So, this tells me, the Hierophant, 6 of Swords. So 6 of Wands, yes, I think we're going to have some kind of visitation, some kind of interaction with the kids, but it's going to be supervised, disappointed and supervised. This is something that the men in gray suits are going to let happen. They're not going to interfere with it. They're not going to be troubled with it. Thank you, Grumpy, for saying that. Hi, wifey. And then this is the 6 of Swords. We kind of escape that situation. So I think she is going to underscore and discuss his mental fitness. Lord knows he has been out there saying that his mental fitness is not good, that he was distraught, that he had this. He's wrote a whole book about, doing substances and whatnot. I think that is all going to be used against him. I think it really is going to be something that interferes with custody and his time parenting. So I think we'll get a bespoke crafted approach to that. I think they're going to have to battle the things that she is going to say. And again, that may be the catalyst for Harry to write a book, How I Survived a Narcissist. Like, if she takes away, his playmates, I have to call them his playmates. So as an older woman, could she truly get pregnant so easily close to 40? So here, this little TMI, I got surprise pregnant with my son when I was 37, or I got surprise pregnant when I was 37 and took the test and was kind of shocked myself. I'd had my daughter. I had my daughter at 35. I found out I was pregnant at 37 and, took the home test. And before I made it to the doctor, it was like a week later. I did have a miscarriage. I went for my recheck at it was beyond the 8-week, recheck thing. And found out I was pregnant again. So I don't want to say that she couldn't get pregnant. I think she definitely looked like the fluids had gone into the rest of her tissues after she had Archie when they did the presentation of him. And a lot of people say that she took hormones and all of that stuff. I don't really believe that. I think she did look pregnant in the Oprah interview, but she looked like she just gained a little bit of weight. I think the moon bump is a real thing. I think she did wear moon bumps, but I think it was to hide the date of birth. So I don't know. I really I have very mixed opinions on this. My psychic side is not. Lilibet is very hard to read for. She is very, very hard to read for. So, did she truly get pregnant so close to 40? Oh goodness, that says a no. That says a that says a no. Yes, Grumpy. I don't know if she is. I think I do think that Lilibet has a different parentage. Let's put it that way. So all right, so guys, listen, I actually have to bug out. I've got to drive one of my children somewhere. So let's do this. Let's wrap it up for now. And I will answer. Oh, let me put my light on. Grumpy, the Temu light keeps going off. I got a Temu light and it keeps going off. I'm going to leave this open so that I can answer the remainder of these questions in a production video when I get back to the house. So I appreciate everybody coming in and chatting and spending the morning or the midday with me. I think we're going to have a lot more to talk about with this. I did research last night and this morning. I couldn't find anything other than this one tweet that obviously some other YouTubers shared. So I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to do my best. We may do another live later, but I think I may do a production video. Like I said, Grumpy Sapper and the Fitness Hutch and Mel and Paul, we're doing a really, really fun Halloween extravaganza for all of you. We are going to have a murder mystery. I'm sorry, I'm moving my balance board over here so it's out of the way. We're going to have a murder mystery. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys are going to have to figure out who did the murder and what happened. So we will, and Grumpy's dropping a bunch of links for that. So we will have some great times with this. But like I said, if you're watching this on the rewatch, you can put comments in bold. If you have questions, put comments in the discussion, in the discourse, and I will answer them in a production video a little bit later on today. So thank you so much. This is not the end of it. I will see you guys in the future.